Hello, everybody. Good morning, good afternoon, or good night, wherever you are at. Um, Today, I want to go over something that is very controversial. Everybody has their own opinion about the differences between lucid dreaming, astral travel, or astral projection, and out of body experiences. Okay, I'm going to give you my opinion on it as one that practices all three of them and more, even meta dreams. That's still something that not many people, if anybody, is talking about, is these meta dreams. So first of all, I'm going to give you a little bit of spiel. I don't see a separation between the realms, okay? I can go from lucid dreaming to astral travel to an out of body experience back into lucid dreaming. I mean, they're all mixed up together. And I highly recommend this type of experience because it gives you more of an integrated feel. And even with astral projection or out of body experiences, you know, a lot of people teach you to separate your etheric body from your physical body. And I'll get into that in a minute. Okay, that's one way of doing it. But we have actually proved, me and other people have done this, is bringing your physical body with you into the astral. Okay, this is also possible, and it takes out some of the noisy popping sounds that you'll hear when quote unquote separating from your physical body. So, with all that being said, I'm going to give you now the mainstream idea of what lucid dreaming is. Okay, the mainstream of lucid dreaming is basically becoming aware once you're already in the dream. So basically, it's called a dream induced lucid dream. So you're in a dream, and then you realize that you're dreaming. Okay, and then you can, it happens during REM sleep. You can often influence the dream environment and the narrative. You can control it. I say a lot. You are inside a dream world, often symbolic, emotional, and abstract. You can manipulate people, events, and physics at will. Often used for personal exploration, fun, or psychological insight. This is the mainstream idea of what a lucid dream is. So I use this method, but also, I don't have complete control over everything in the dream because I'm in the astral. I'm also in a collective environment where there are other entities. Okay? So what I do, again, is mixed. It's a mix. People are going to want to say that they're, I do want to say this, that using using the terms lucid dreaming to explain one type of experience, astral travel or astral projection is used to describe another experience, another different type of experience. And out of body experiences is something used to describe a different experience, okay? So people get locked into these, one has to be this one, or one has to be that one, or one has to be that one, when all reality, they're all altered states of consciousness. They all happen in astral realms. Okay, the astral realms are infinite, completely infinite. So yeah. So astral projection, the mainstream idea is the intentional separation of your astral body from your physical body to explore the astral realm, a real, often shared, non-physical dimension. Okay? Key features are often preceded by vibrations, sleep paralysis, or feeling of lifting out or even rolling out of your body. Can be done from deep meditative trance or triggered from lucid dreaming. Perceived as more real than dreaming. I mean, I don't agree with that. You know, people think that it's more real than dreaming. It all depends on your lucid dream. It's definitely more real than regular dreaming, and it has to do with density. When you are having an out-of-body experience or astral projection and you separate your consciousness from your physical body, which takes a lot of time, a lot of energy, it's pretty noisy. It can be scary, you know, hearing all those loud sounds and pops and everything else. But once you are out, it does feel very real because you're like in your room. You know, I can touch the walls and feel the walls. They're physical in my room. Everything is very clear. There is, when you first get out of your body, you're in a more dense state. Okay, so you're in a more dense state of consciousness, and remember, the density is all in your mind. So everything that's happening is just an idea in your mind. That's all that it is. Okay. So let's see. Out-of-body experiences. It could be a spontaneous or induced experience where you perceive yourself outside your physical body, usually in real-time space, often accompanied by observing your own body. These can occur from trauma or near-death experiences or meditation or sleep transitions. They're often brief and real world oriented. So those are, you know, those are like the three basic things. And what else do I want to say about this? Even though I can differentiate between and I can label my experiences, this thing or that thing, I don't. I call it all astral because I do it all together. I practice the lucid dreaming, the out-of-body experiences, and the astral projection. You know, when I first started doing astral projection, I was literally projecting myself into the astral, and the astral are the stars. So I would project my body out into space, and I'd see all of these stars just, you know, moving by me, and I'd be just like projecting myself out into space. I've even projected myself so far out of the galaxy, out of farther and farther out, and it looks like this huge web of just galaxies and lights, is seeing the universe from that far of a point. So when I first started doing astral projection, it was different from my lucid dreaming. There were two different types of things. But now it's all integrated. I hope that makes sense. I think I'm going to stop here and I'll cover something else in another video. Thanks for watching.